EA Sports, EA Sports, EA Sports. You guys have the blueprint now. If you want to count the last, couple of games that they took their time and made, and maybe the third one if you count UFC, because I think that's every other year game. They know what to do to make sports titles now. Now, this is no secret to anybody that for the most part, a lot of companies now need to take their time making games. Some games they're taking almost an entire generation to make, leading to games not really being, actually enjoyed throughout the games, the console generation. So it is a really good situation at this point to take your time and make these games. Every game does not have to be a yearly release. Every game does not have to be, done and rushed right away. Trust me, if you have the quality and the polish in a game, people are going to love it and you will be rewarded for it. Now, all the games, and every game is not like this that has a lot of crunch and they have to take a lot of time, but there's too many big budget games that are like that. With that being said, EA Sports just dropped their college football game, and that game turned out to be very, very solid. Do I think it's a great game? No, I only played it for 2 days, so I don't know. But does the game has the potential to be one of the greats? Yes, I think this game could be one of the better or the best college, or not just college, but best football game EA Sports have put out. And, that's just going to be a decision or a opinion that I'm going to have solidified through time, the way time goes on. But as of right now, that game looks really good. And it plays well because they have been able to take a few years to make this game. It was not a game with the 9 to 11 month dev cycle like the Madden game. And whatever you want to say or want about the Madden game, it's gotten to the point where I can't play that game no more. Now, let's talk about another game. I've been on record to talking about this game like forever. The golf game, PGA Tour Golf by EA Sports, is an excellent game. I knew that game was going to be good right off the rip. Why? Because I was somewhat of an EA Play influencer when that game was released. Shout out to EA Play. They were able to, or EA Sports, they let me, get early access to the game, and I was able to, figure out how the game ran before it was released. And I knew right out the rip before it was released that this game was going to be better than PGA 2K23. It was going to be better than any other golf game that was out there. And to this day, EA Sports it's basically made probably one of the best sports titles in general that came out of that whole their library. That golf game is one of the best games. Now, I don't know much about UFC, but I've heard a lot of people say the UFC game does play very well because it's not a yearly title. They take their time, and that's the blueprint that they need. Those 3 games are living proof that those games can be done very well if they are developed properly and with a lot of time. Kudos to EA for that. I can't do nothing but respect that. A lot of people are starting to feel that way about 2K basketball. Also, NBA Live could not survive because of a dev cycle like that. Therefore, you haven't seen NBA Live since 2018 with NBA Live 19. What would I say about that? Well, EA needs to give that franchise the same treatment that they've given the last few games as far as the golf game and the college football game. You do that, I think NBA Live will be a solid outing. Even though I didn't think Live 19 was that bad, I've been playing it. I had some footage of the game in one of my last videos where I showed that Live 19 is not that bad, but if it can get the polish that these other games have, it will be absolutely phenomenal. And I stand by that. And I don't know if they're going to go that route. It would be nice. We'll see. I don't know. Now, before I get out of here, I want to talk about Xbox 360. The Xbox 360 store will be closing on July 29th, and it's in its final days. As of right now, they have a lot of discounted games. Some games up to 90% discounted. If you want any games for your 360, this would be a good time to get some. I'm just going to name some games off the rip that are actually available and they're discounted. They're severely discounted. All right, let's just talk. I'm just going to just ramble off some games. Arkham Asylum, 75%. Arkham City, 75%. Arkham Origins, 75%. Bionic Commando and Bionic Commando Rearmed, 90%. Bulletstorm, 90%. Burnout Crash, 90%. Cars 3, 85%. Choplifter HD, 80%. Darkstalkers Resurrection, which is an excellent compilation. If you want it for your 360, you can still get it on the PS4, but still, if you want it on your 360, that is 90%. Dead Island, I don't know if anybody still played it on the 360, but that is 95%. Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, both of them, 90%. Devil May Cry 4, 90%. You kind of see where I'm going at with here. I mean, it is a lot of games on this. I'll put the list down in the descriptions. Shout out to XboxAchievements.com. They have this list in the last few days. I mean, it's going to be over in less than 2 weeks as of this recording. And there are a lot of games on here. I don't know if any of these games do roll over if you want to play them on your Xbox Series. I didn't look at that. I don't know, but I would think that it would. Like some of these games, I think like the Rabbids game, Raven Rabbits, that's an 80% game. I think that's still on sale over there. Rise of the Tomb Raider, if you want that, that's 80%. All the Resident Evils that are on here, 90% off. Russian Attack, 75%. What is it? Another, I think it's the old Tomb Raider game, 75%. WRC5, which I don't recommend playing that game on your 360 or your PS3. That game runs really bad on there. But that game, 90%. Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory, 80%. And like I said, I think some of these games are backwards compatible. You will be able to play these on Xbox One if you choose to. So there's a really good sale on here. Mortal Kombat. And all right, I'm gonna tell you this right. I don't even know if this is delisted or not. I don't know, but it is. But you got Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. That I don't know if that's delisted or not, but you can buy that right now, 50%. NCAA Basketball 09 March Madness Edition. That's one of the last times you can really buy, a college basketball game retail. 90%. Need for Speed Rivals. I don't know why you'll get that game. 90%. It is Metro Last Light, Metro 2033, Phantom Pain, Ground Zeroes, Legos collections, Legend of... I can go on and on with this. I can go on and on and on. Now, for me, I may look at a couple of games on here. Most of the games I kind of got already, and I don't necessarily, really want. But I may look at a few games on here that are for sale that I may get. I think one that really, reaches out to me that I may end up getting. I just passed it. I saw it and I thought it was actually interesting to pick up. I would say Need for Speed Most Wanted, but no, I got that already. But nothing really jumps out for me. Legend of Spyro, maybe. Homefront. Now, and I will say Homefront is 95%. That will be a good one to get if you don't have that already. But yeah, there's some good games on here. Most of the games I already got though, so yeah, I may not get them. But yeah, Xbox 360 last days. I can go down this list all day, and but for me, I'm almost at the end of this, collecting thing, and I don't have any games that I don't have already. I have all these games that I want, but I think I said that right. But yeah, enough of that. I can ramble all day. You already know how I go, but it's there, man. They're all there. Check out the website. Maybe you want to go and get some games for your 360. I don't know, but EA Sports got it going on, man. They know what to do to make good games, in my opinion. And Xbox 360 is closing in a few days. All right, y'all. Yeah, take it easy. I have a good one. I'm out. Peace.